They done built tennis courts over here by my house at this park called Palmer Park. It's beautiful. Look at the workers over there. They just build like ants. They getting down over there. But you know, not to bring up any kind of racial issue, but I'm looking over there and all I see are white guys, and it look like a Hispanic. Maybe, I don't know if that guy in the green is a black, but it's always one black guy, you know, with, the good jobs in the city, and I know they probably contractors or what have you, but even in that, when you see construction on the road, you usually see the black guy or black woman directing the traffic. But the white guys and whom have you driving the trucks and running the heavy equipment, like to run that machine right there, dude getting paid, an hour. And I ain't hating on that. I mean, he learned a skill and they learned the skill and got busy and they using it. But the point is, it's already hard enough through their nepotism of helping their sons and their sons' sons and, owning the companies. And we act like we just oblivious to that. We're blind to it. We don't know how to do this for some reason, y'all. And what it is determination and unity. Something I got to tell you, I don't think we're going to ever really accomplish unification. Because for every one of us I take that back. I'm trying to stop saying everyone, when I talk about a subject, because it's not everyone. I'm making a lot of noise, so I'm going to walk, get back to my car. But, we don't want to do it. For some reason, we don't want to pull our brother up. When one of us get over, that person basically becomes like our oppressors, and then they don't want to be around their own people. Look at all the star athletes, as soon as they get some money, every time you look, they got an IG model and she's a Latino, some other race of woman that has been brought up because of her beauty and not her value and not her being battle tested for what she receives. These athletes, they fulfill their own dreams. Yes, they might do some charities, but they want to show everybody their charity. They want a video showing them they passing out turkeys and fixing food in the homeless shelter. But do it all the time. And I'm not saying it's something that don't, because I know it is. But the ones that's not, the ones that let all these schools close in Detroit and they wanted us to support the Pistons from the time of the bad boy era, we supported them, and what did they do? They sold us more expensive clothing, bad boy material, hats, shirts, socks, everything. They made money off of us because they won the championship. You didn't even win it in Detroit. They were in Auburn Hills at the Palace, where a lot of the young black kids, they couldn't go. Oh my God, this dude driving down the street and just threw a bottle out in the middle of the road and glasses everywhere. See what I mean? I'm just saying, man, we keep trying to blame the white man, but it's our own behaviors and our own structure that is out of whack. We try to blame it on their system and their structure. Yeah, it is hard and all of that. Quit whining. Quit whining. We have nobody to blame. No more. No more. We understand and respect what happened in slavery. But now it's time to grow up. We got to get that whip off our mental back, because we're still being beat. And we have those leaders that keep posting all these pictures of slaves hanging by the neck and white people rejoicing them. They're not trying to help us. They're trying to infuriate us and cause hate to come into our spirit. We don't need no more hate. Man, I need peace, man. Let God, if like to say, you know, God, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Yeah, okay, let God hate Esau. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's God's business. That's the Lord's business, man. You know, some things is out of our control. You know, and I just, you know, I want to move past it, man. I want to move past all of this because it's too much. It's too much. Good morning. How you doing? It's too much, man. You know, and the excuses, man, they just wearing. They just, you know, oh, look what they did to us. Look what they did. Man, shut up with that. You know, when they post those slave pictures and stuff and showing us in weakness, in bondage, you know, that does something to us. The way you sell a barbecue dinner is you use advertisement. The way you sell food or homes or whatever it is, cars, you use advertisement. They are advertising and selling us anger. Because we don't like to see that. And then next thing you know, you rolling your eyes at some white person who wasn't even there. It doesn't matter if they receiving and all of this from the slave trade down. None of that matter, man. That's God's hands, man. What we gonna do? Grab some swords and knives and stuff and attack America? Please, stop it. Don't let them fool you with that race war stuff that's we gonna do, and you ain't gonna do nothing. Christ is coming back. He's gonna reign, and whomever those people are in Israel that he gives that authority over the world and over the nations, that's his business, but it ain't you. And it's not me. That's another dispensation of time. We need to get out of this foolishness, man, and stop letting these people who have created a figment of their imaginations and trying to uproar us and put hatred in you. You know what? Let me tell you something. When you let resentment and hatred in you and it rest and reign in you, all you're going to talk about is what white people did, just like them. You know what? To me, that's a reprobate mind. Because that is not the mind of Christ. Whom the Son set free is free indeed. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, what? There's liberty. Walk in your liberty. You are not under no curses no more. All that was put on the cross, man. The tree, whatever you want to call it. I ain't arguing about no tit for tat words. God's name and all of this foolishness is blocking the message. It's blocking what was done. It's blocking what Yahusha did for us. We're not walking in the power of Yahusha, y'all. No, because we have began to create another religion, calling it God's religion, calling it Israel, calling it Hebrew, calling it this, calling it that, calling it black. That's how we got all the names of these Christian churches out here. Come on, man. See, I done got full now. When I talk about this subject, I'm passionate. You got all these denominations of churches and religions all over the whole planet of God. And there's but one God. And we need to be worshiping and watching him. Following the Lamb whithersoever he go. Not these people that's infuriating you. Man, let me tell you something. God is love. God has his hate. God can kill. God can destroy. God can burn in hell. Or he can redeem. He will have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and compassion on whom he will have compassion. Stop twisting the word and acting like it's just for a certain people. Because guess what? Right now, Israel, we the ones got to be grafted in. And I'm grafted in. I'm like Moses. I left the Old Testament and came up in the Transfiguration in the New Testament. Left all that back there because them was stiff-necked people. They are the people that got us in this situation because of the wickedness, the lust in them. The iniquity was in them. They came out of bondage and still was full of iniquity. They couldn't believe the Most High. What type of people was this? We got to make sure that we don't become this type of people. We don't become this type of people. And they're trying to make us become just like those people. See, Israel, when they was up, they was up. And Israel used to get haughty and high-minded, like, we the special, we the peculiar, we the royal priesthood. For what, 2 weeks? Next thing you know, you're burning gods to Asherah, Astaroth, Dagon, Chemosh, Milcom. Come on. That's what we did. That's what our foreparents did, man. And God got tired of them. White people didn't put us into slavery. Yahweh did. White people didn't give us all these diseases of the nations. Yahweh did. He said, if you obey me, I won't bring all these diseases and sins upon you that I have done to the nations. The nations received curses before Israel ever did, because they were already in idolatry. And that's why they was on the outside of this thing. God, one thing Yahuwah don't like, he do not like idolatry. When you stand a God next to him, or a man that think he God like Pharaoh, don't you know what's gonna happen? He gonna move without mercy. Pharaoh learned a hard lesson with his soul. But we can't blame nobody for how we got where we are, y'all. If you want to blame, dig up your parents. Dig up your parents. We just now really coming into this thing of knowledge, and it's a blessing to see people at least moving toward understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. And the fear of the Lord is beautiful. It's beautiful. But we have those scoffers, and we have those Pharisees and wicked men that want to corrupt the word. And they can stand right in front of God's, under God's heaven, and be teaching his word wrong to you. How long are you going to be a fool and let a man control your mind with all of these fallacies about hate? I'm on you about this hate today. I'm on you about this hate today. And you need to pick this message up and tell somebody else, man. Don't be hating nobody, man. God did not create not just white people. I'm talking about Chinese and Asians. He loves all of them. I'm going to tell you why. Because he made them for his glory. And it wasn't just to show Israel I could beat up these people that I created for you. Come on. Come on. I'm going to destroy their souls for you, to show off for you and show you how much I love you. Man, come on, man. God is not that. He said, I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked. Tazariak. I take no death in the pleasure of the wicked. Garfield. Sonetta. When his wrath comes, it's because you have defiled his name. You have blasphemed him. He have given you space to repent, and you don't want to. You know why? Because you don't have him in you. Some of us are not of God. Some of us are ordained to this damnation. And it ain't me when I say us, because I'm not going to be down. I'm not going to be down. Because you know why? My Creator created me to love him and to find him. He led me on a plain path. He pulled me out of murky waters. I know where I was, so I don't want to hear all that other crazy stuff about judging anybody, really. We don't have time to judge. We don't have time to judge. But they want to act like they these kings around the world, man. I'm talking about them Israelites. The ones that are living unrighteous and unholy. Talking about Lord. That's who that's going to be. These people that taught this false doctrine and caused our people to fall. It was a general for the Syrian army. He was the same way, man. He told them, don't believe in the Lord your God. I think the king was Sennacherib, if I'm not mistaken. But he was the Syrian king, and this man was like his captain of the host. So I can't pronounce his name, but I'm gonna just throw this out there. Rhe Plymouth, something like that. But he was a strong speaker, a herald for the king. And he told Israel, he said, you know, what's up, brother? Yeah. He told Israel to not believe the Lord. He said, don't believe the Lord. He said, how many nations that we went up against that believed in their gods, and they in our servitude right now, and we have destroyed their war machine. How many? Don't be like them. Come on back with us. We'll mix with you. We'll mingle with you. We'll give you homes. We'll give you land and gardens. You know, water gardens. Come on with us. But do not serve the Lord your God. They wanted them to sell out. And you know what? The beautiful thing about it was Israel was just standing there quiet. They stood there silent. They didn't say nothing. Hezekiah went to the Most High and said, hey, Lord, you see how they talking about you? They have lifted up the head. And they trying to turn your people away from their faith. These people exist out here today. I call them Assyrians, not Israelites. I call them Assyrians. Yeah, people of influence for negativity, hatred, resentment, disposition. Let's fire them. Y'all be blessed.